Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Roybal. Today I will be discussing my exploration activity 3. So recently my family and I got the privilege to go to a Hindu wedding for a family friend of ours. This was out in California, so we had to fly down there. But the wedding was for Ojas and Anjali. They are 27 years old. Ojas was someone that I grew up with, and his dad is one of my dad's really good friends. So this was a 2-day event. This isn't typically normal for their culture or religion. Normally it's longer, it's a week-long event. This was something completely different for me. I am used to, when going to a wedding, that it's a 1-day event, so this was a longer celebration for sure. The first celebration was on Friday. It started around 6. We ended up staying there a little bit after 9, and then ended up leaving just because I didn't feel so good. I am pregnant, so there's only so much I can take. But yeah, there was a lot of traditional Hindu dances. I was able to catch some video. So this is the bride, Anjali, in the middle in the white. Just a little bit of there, but yeah, I didn't get any videos of Ojas. I just took a video of Anjali of that night, but they did offer their guests if they wanted henna. That was also something I partaked in. I got henna, and that was really cool. It was the first time I ever got that. And then if you wanted to decorate your body with like bangles, they had some bangles that were able to be given out to the guests too. All of their food was traditional Hindu food, all vegan. There was food like naan, curry, peas, Samoas. There was like a spicy chickpea dish, and this dish called pani, which is just deep fried like bread, but it was delicious. There was prayers offered to their a couple of their gods, Agni, which is the fire god, and Ganesha, which is the elephant god. I had to make a note of that because it was going to be hard for me to remember the proper names. But yeah, this was an all evening celebration. There was a lot of people wearing saris, which is like the traditional like clothing that they wear. I didn't have one, but my mom and dad had saris and kuras, so they partaked in that. And then the next day we got to go to Chino Hills for the reception, and so beautiful there. So this is like the landscape architecture there. It's really beautiful. This is my mother and then the family friend we went to, and that's the temple in the back. She did have a traditional gown on. My mom did. This is another picture. It's just a huge temple. But yeah, it was beautiful there. Their ceremony colors were all red. Red is a very sacred color for them. And it kind of started off with all the groom's family friends, which included us. We were escorting the groom to the ceremony, so this kind of just consisted of like the groom and all of us dancing and just kind of just being very festive and happy that he's in this transition of life. I took a video of that. So this is him coming into the ceremony. His mother is driving the car. His father's in the back, and there's like a banner that says Ojas and celebrating that. Let's see, where is So this, let's see if it loads. This is his father. He's just very happy, and everyone, that was like the expectation for everyone, is to be jumping around, singing, dancing, all the way up, walking into the ceremony. I'm trying to find, oh, here it is. So this is where he came out of the car, and he's walking into now, and everyone's just very excited, and all the people around him are his like family and friends, and as you can see, everyone's wearing saris and kuras. And then when Anjali walked in, it was different. She was wearing her gown, and this was different from what I'm used to. It wasn't a white big ball wedding dress. She was wearing a red traditional Hindu culture dress, and she came into the ceremony dancing, doing a very traditional dance, and this is the video I got of that, of her doing that dance. Again, wearing like red, and you can see the decorations too, red. And the two statues like in the entrance were of the elephant god that they worship. And you can see she's all decorated in gold jewelry. She has her henna all over her. Very pretty. She did that all the way until she did get to Ojas. And it was her and Ojas in the middle of the arc that they had set up in front of the temple. And then on one side it was her family, like mom and dad, and then the other side it was Ojas's mom and dad, which is also something different for me. And they had instead of a priest, which I was is what I'm used to, they had a and I'm totally saying this incorrectly, a poricha conducting the wedding, and Sankaris. So this wedding was not in English. This wedding was several hours. I want to say it was like 3 hours. And there was no, at the very end, what I had for me, the custom at the very end of a wedding ceremony is, and you may now kiss the bride. There wasn't any sort of type of, and now you may kiss the bride. There was at the end, and this is the only English part I did catch, was when the poricha, the conductor of the wedding, said, okay, and then whoever sits down first is the one that will run the household, and Ojas did let his wife sit first, so that was very sweet of him. And then after the ceremony, all the guests go up to the bride and groom and they congratulate them. So that was also something very different, where instead of them leaving and leaving the ceremony, it was just kind of like, okay, this ceremony has concluded, and then people would go up and congratulate them, which I thought that was very cool. They did have the guests eat first, and then Ojas and Anjali ate at the very, very end. It was several hours afterwards. But it was a very neat wedding to go to. It was my first time ever at a Hindu wedding. We did only stay for the ceremony and then ate something very quick. And because we were already there for like 3 or 4 hours, the ceremony was longer. But it was something I never had experienced. Very different from a Catholic wedding, which is my denomination and what I'm used to. So it was something that was completely different, but very, very unique experience, and very beautiful too. It was a lot of bright colors, a lot of fun, traditional, unique experience, like of the groom walking and dancing, bride walking and dancing, a lot of dancing in bright colors, which was nice to see. But yeah, that was my exploration activity. Thank you.